Hindi ko mabasa.
Hello, good afternoon. Um, para sa ating discussion, unless you are asked to do so, or unless you would like to ask something to clarify regarding what we are going to discuss today, pakimute na muna ang inyong mga microphone. And I think you are seeing in your screen right now yung sinishare ko sa aking screen. You're able to see yourself, the whole class. And later on, we are going to talk about the course guide. We will only spend around 30 to 45 minutes in discussion para ma-settle natin kung ano yung mga information that we still need to clarify for the whole semester. All right. Hello. Ready na ba tayo mag-start?
Yes, sir. Ready po.
Yes po.
Ready po,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So, welcome to the SEM. Um, well, hindi na natin kailangan ulit-ulitin kung gaano siya ka-challenging, pero kung ano man yung ating mga may encounter na problem in the future, we are going to work together para mabigyan natin siya ng solusyon, and that would be our primary agenda for this semester, is to come up with solutions as they come. And also, if we can foresee some other problem in the future, perhaps it would be better na inform nyo na ako agad, like possible na mga scenario, so that we will be able to at least adjust accordingly. Itong particular na semester na to, ang nangyari is that the SEM was compressed. Instead of the usual 18 weeks for the semester, ginawa siyang 12 weeks na lang kasi nagkaroon ng problem when it comes to dapat hindi siya tumalon patungo doon sa susunod na taon. Okay? Now, those are procedural matters na kailangan naming sundan because they come from the administration, so at least we have to follow them sa mga ganong bagay. And so there, I sent this particular course guide to you last time through text, and I asked you to read it, and some of your concerns have already been answered, but then I believe that we need to clarify this further. Okay? Your subject is Psych 313, which is abnormal psychology. Kasi baka merong mga nalilito pa rin sa inyo regarding your curriculum. Check nyo mabuti ha, kasi tingnan nyo to. Ang lagi ninyong tatandaan doon sa curriculum ninyo, even in your Regi form, ang lagi ninyong tinitignan ay ito, yung mga course code. Are you seeing this? Can someone please confirm if they are seeing this?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Nakita po.
Ayan.
Yes po, sir.
Ito sa system, hindi ito nababago. Okay? Pero may mga pagkakataon na biglang lumilitaw na tama ito, pero mali yung nandito. Like, baka napansin ninyo last time, doon sa Psych 213 ninyo, which is experimental psychology. Tapos merong lumilitaw, Psych 213 siya dito, pero pagdating dito, ang lumilitaw ay Filipino psychology. Ganun. So, ang susundan natin at ang kailangan nyo i-memorize as students is this one. Okay? Yung mga code. Sa mga susunod na mga pagkakataon, mag-uusap tayo regarding your curriculum. Ang sasabihin natin, yung Psych 313 ba, nakuha mo na yung 313, na ipasa mo ba yon? Kasi kung hindi mo na ipasa yon, hindi mo pwedeng makuha yung susunod na subject, which is yung Introduction to Clinical Psychology. Teka ha, open ko lang. Introduction to Clinical Psychology, which you would take next sem, third year next sem, which is Psych 323. Ayan. Kung titignan ninyo, ang mga course code ninyo ay naka-arrange siya. Ang pinaka-meaning niyan, ito yung program ninyo, Psychology or BS Psychology. This is the year level. Third year. Nagigets nyo ba? Kaya sa 3, kasi nasa third year yan. And then, itong 2, kaya sa 2 kasi siya yung second semester na subject. At itong 1, sequence lang niya for that particular sem. Kaya kung titignan nyo, social psychology is 321 because you are going to take it on the third year, second sem, and then it is the first in the sequence. Paliwanag? And
Sir.
Yes,
3
sir.
2 3 is
Opo.
like that.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
so naiintindihan nyo na ngayon kung ano yung meaning ng mga ito, ano? Itong mga ganitong bagay. So yan ang ating i-memorize para kahit hindi ninyo get na mabuti or nalilito kayo kung ano yung lumilitaw sa system regarding sa mga ito, at least alam niyo yung numbers. Okay, we are talking about numbers na in the future. So that is your curriculum. Now, kung titignan nyo dito sa inyong curriculum, nakalagay dyan, dito sa second semester ninyo, ito siya, tingnan nyo kung anong nandito na prerequisite. Do you remember this subject, yung 222? Anyone? Last semester. Second year, tingnan nyo ha, second year, second sem, pangalawa in the sequence. At ito ay yung field methods in psychology. Nakukuha nyo? And eto, Psych 312, which is Research in Psychology 2. Yung 312 is third year first sem, second in the sequence. Ang makikita natin yan as the Research in Psychology 1. 311, third year, first sem, first in the sequence, at makikita natin yan na psychological assessment. Needed siya para makuha ninyo ang introduction to psychology. So next sem, kung sakaling nagkaroon kayo ng problema with either 311 or 313, hindi kayo makaka-enroll dito sa 323. Maliwanag ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes po,
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
po, sir.
Opo,
Alright.
sir.
Po, sir.
So, I just need to remind you about all that. Sorry. Confidential information. Biglang lumitaw. Ayan. Okay. So here, abnormal psychology. Last time you were able to take theories of personality. It is actually one of the board exam courses. Sorry, may nag-PM. One of the board exam courses. Pero bukod sa pagiging board exam course niya, it is actually your prerequisite for this subject, which is abnormal psychology. Ang prerequisite niya ay Psych 223, which is the theory of personality. Bakit kaya? Bakit kaya siya naging prerequisite? Kasi kung titignan niyo ang ating abnormal psychology description, makikita niyo dito, sabi niya, Psych 313 provides students an introduction to psychological concepts and, ano sabi niya dito, theoretical perspective. Ayan. So, hindi kayo makaka-survive dito sa abnormal psychology unless you have a good theoretical background in psychology on how a particular abnormality develops or something like that. Isa rin sa theoretical perspective na subject na kinakailangan para sa abnormal psychology ay ang inyong developmental psychology. So, you need to back-read doon sa mga subjects na yon. Ano yung mga nabanggit ko na? Developmental and then theories of personality. Okay? And again, those are the primary background for the field of abnormal psychology. However, there are some things that are hidden in this particular subject. Ano yung mga nakatago? Kasi sa totoo, itong subject na to, we are going to talk about the prevalence of mental health problems and all that. We are going to talk about the statistical probability na magkaroon ng mental health problem ng isang tao. So definitely, you would need to understand statistics as well. And in doing research in abnormal psychology, you should be able to have a very good background in statistics. So, anong ilang subject na ang kailangan na background? Developmental, theories of personality, and then psychological statistics. Maliwanag ba?
Yes, sir.
Po, sir.
Yes po,
sir.
sir.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Another thing. Dito sa inyong semester na to, kasabay na tinitake ninyo ay psychological assessment. Itong psychological assessment na to, ginawa namin focus ay pag-assess ng personality ng isang tao, which you would work on that in conjunction with abnormal psychology, because whatever you learn here in psychological assessment and abnormal psychology, you would apply them to introduction to clinical psychology, which is type 323. Okay, so you would have to understand those particular concepts and those particular subjects. So kung meron tayong nakikitang trouble in the past, which is this semester is actually quite troublesome. Okay, itong second semester, nagkaroon tayo ng call for like mass promotion and all that, and we actually supported that, pero definitely nasa minority kasi kami, so hindi yun nasunod. Pero we were expecting that when you were asking for mass promotion, you should be confident na kung ano man yung dapat nilalaman ng mga ito ay dapat sana you were able to at least study on your own kahit gaano siya kahirap. Pero kung hindi man natin nagawa yon, we are going to backtrack from time to time para makahabol tayo dito sa abnormal psychology. So in terms of reading, kailangan ninyong balikan ang inyong mga konsepto ng theories of personality. Kailangan ninyong balikan ang inyong mga konsepto ng developmental psychology. Kailangan ninyong balikan ang inyong mga konsepto ng psychological statistics 1 and 2. Ayan. Ano pa? Kailangan ninyong balikan ang inyong konsepto ng physiological and biological psychology, because some of the disorders that we are going to talk about have biological basis. Okay? Na-establish natin yan last time. We were talking about the different theoretical background in psychology. So, generally, this particular course ay medyo mabigat para sa atin. Okay? That's why I need you to have a particular focus. Okay? Pero huwag kayong mag-alala. In a way, ginawa namin siya na, I'm not sure pero sa aming perception, ginawa namin siya the best, the lightest possible that we can, without sacrificing the quality na maibigay sa inyo. No matter how limited yung ating, yung ibinigay sa atin na pagkakataon. Okay? So, this course is designed to provide students a comprehensive view of psychopathology. If you are going to talk about psychopathology, ibig sabihin the diagnosis of the different problems in our mental health. So the nature of mental health problems, the scope of the field of human behavior. So basically, it will give emphasis on the typical signs and symptoms of abnormal behavior. Where do we get this particular aspect of this course? Hindi namin nailagay dito, pasensya na ha, nakaligtaan namin kasi actually, ang gumawa nitong course guide na to, nag-consult na lang sila Ma'am Kat sa akin. Nilagay nila sa reference si Barlow and Butcher. Okay? Mas gusto ko na reference si Butcher, si Ma'am Kat naman, mas gusto niya na reference si Barlow. So dahil sila yung gumawa, ang presentation niya ay kay Barlow. So ako yung mag-a-add siya. Pero, hindi nila na ilagay dito na kailangan natin yung Diagnostic and Statistical Manual for Mental Disorder 5 or the DSM-5. Pero kailangan ninyo yun. Okay? Dahil pag-uusapan natin yung typical signs and symptoms of abnormal behavior. Ayan ang pag-uusapan natin. And you will find this in the DSM-5. However, kung meron na kayong copy ng e-book ni Barlow at ni Butcher, mapapansin niyo doon that it already references the DSM-5. However, that is not enough. Okay? If you have some questions, you can interrupt me from time to time. Ayan. Okay? So we are going to talk about that and also the causative factors and determinants. If you have the DSM-5, actually marami na doon. Marami na kayong mababasa. The focus will be on diagnosis. Tignan nyo ha, diagnosis. Ibig sabihin, paano natin malalaman ang mental health problem. Epidemiology. Ibig sabihin, gaano siya ka-prevalent, ano yung kanyang risk factors and all that. Kung paano nagpo-progress ang isang disorder, ito yon, course of disorder. Etiology. Okay? And also the treatment issue. Pero this one, we are not going, as a professor right now, I'm not going to focus on this particular aspect, on the treatment issue. Dahil yon ay pag-aaralan natin doon sa Intro to Clinical Psychology. Itong treatment, doon kasi nakafocus ang clinical psychology on that treatment. Pero bibigyan na namin kayo ng background para pagdating ninyo doon, you are already prepared. So, also, it would provide you with the ability to discuss and critique mental disorders from different theoretical perspectives. Again, ano ang kailangan? Kailangan nyo yung theories of personality. Kaya, if you were in my class before, I was telling them, dito, halimbawa, si Freud, ako, paano daw, ano daw yung normal personality para kay Freud? Ano yung normal personality para kay Adler? Ano yung abnormal personality para kay Freud? Ano naman yung abnormal personality para kay Adler? And then kasabay ng mga tanong na yon ay ang pagtatanong, paano daw nabubuo ang isang normal and abnormal na personality based on their particular theoretical viewpoint. Okay? Now, you would have to understand that properly. So, instead of reading directly doon sa ating text, in abnormal psychology, it is best for you to browse and to backtrack doon sa ating theories of personality. Okay? Now, the major goal of this class, of this course, would be to promote awareness and knowledge of psychopathology and reduce the stigma. Sa totoo, ang laki ng nakakabit ng stigma, pero ang pinakaano natin dyan, pinakapanlaban natin would be the awareness. Ayan. Ibig sabihin, the more that we become aware about the sickness, the more na nawawala yung ating fear doon sa sickness na yun. If you would notice, isa ito doon sa mga konsepto na gustong ipakita ni J.K. Rowling doon sa kanyang mga libro na, ano ba tawag dito, na Harry Potter. Sabi niya, huwag kayo matakot na tawagin na Voldemort si Voldemort kasi sa totoo lang, the fear of the name increases the fear of the person itself. Now, when you actually acquaint yourself with that particular idea, you would notice that if you are going to study mental health problems, if you are aware of how they are developed, mas nawawala, nare-reduce yung stigma or yung fear natin pagdating doon sa mental health disorder na iyon. Nakukuha niyo ba?
Opo.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
All right. Thank you. Now, here is the study schedule. We are going to follow this study schedule strictly as much as possible. And medyo ano na lang ha, alalayan na lang natin kasi may mga pagkakataon. Medyo tumambling ako this week kasi nga tatlo actually yung aking designation. So, 3 trabaho, pang-4 itong pagtuturo. So, may mga pagkakataon talaga that medyo I may be able to miss the class. The good thing there is that we have a very good support system. Okay? Like for example, dito ang nag-design na sila Ma'am Kat at ako na ang bahala na mag-handle para sa inyo. Okay? Ako nang bahalang mag-guide kasi medyo na ituro na ko naman na ito dati and konting backtracking na lang ako pagdating doon kay Barlow. Now, if you would notice, the very first week natin ay sobrang gaan. Week 1 is pinaka-last day natin ngayon for the week 1, makikita nyo nandun lang yung introductions, the course overview, and class guidelines, and that's what we are going to talk about right now regarding the course. Kaya sinend ko na sa inyo, may readings kayo ng Monday, text course guide last Wednesday, and then right now I'm discussing it in full. And next meeting, our online meeting, we are going to talk about an introduction in historical context. I would like you to focus on the word context. Hindi tayo basta nagbabasa lang ng history, kung hindi titignan natin ang konteksto ng history. Okay, para hindi tayo mabiktima ng mga fake news, because we need to see the context of how a particular mental health disorder was viewed over time. Okay, because that has a very it has a very good repercussion kung paano natin tinitreat ang mental health disorder. So, read it in a particular context, which is supplied naman yan doon sa libro, pero kailangan ninyong i-critique kung paano ang pagkakasulat. Kasi baka meron pang nakaligtaan yung ating mga yung subulat. Okay? So we need to do that. And then you would have the things that you need to accomplish for that particular week. Okay? Now, the next would be here, which is the viewpoint on psychopathology. Ito na yung iba-ibang theoretical perspectives. And then, signs and symptoms of psychopathology, titignan natin yung mga basics lang dyan. Tapos magsasanga siya na magsasanga in the future. And then ito, kagaya ng binanggit natin, hindi tayo nakafocus doon sa treatment, kung hindi assessment and diagnosis muna. How we are going to see and judge a particular disorder. And then, we are going to talk about the different mental disorders. Eto. Kung titignan nyo, isang section lang yata ito kay Barlow, pero we are going to talk about it at length. Isa-isa yan na pag-uusapan natin. Okay? And dito sa klase na to, there will be a time na kung minsan ang makikita ninyo na nagle-lecture kapag magbibigay ako ng mga information, ay makikita nyo yung mga lecture din ng mga ibang professors who are handling this particular subject. Okay. Now, there. Our semester is actually only hanggang 12 weeks. Hindi ko rin, tinanong ko na kay Ma'am Kat bakit may week 13, pero ano lang yan, parang sumobra doon sa bilang. Pero magkakaroon tayo ng webinar para doon sa ating sa combination activity ng ating course. Okay? Now, your requirements, we would have your major examination. Major examinations will be done through, I think we are going to use Google Classroom. Okay? So there will be midterms and finals. Ang schedule naman ay nandyan na. So October 30 and December 4. And it is timed. And only one attempt will be allowed per student. So you need to be ready. And kailangan na natin i-ready yung ating mga gadgets at that particular time. Pag-uusapan natin kung sakali na magkaroon ng possible na issues in the future pagdating dito sa part na ito. Okay? And then you will have your case analysis. Sa lahat ng ating mga subject na abnormal psychology, since I started teaching abnormal psychology, I am actually focused on case analysis. Inibigyan ko sila ng mga sample na mga cases, and then they need to diagnose the case. And they need to present it properly. And they need to justify their diagnosis. Kaya kung titignan nyo, ang ibibigay namin sa inyo ay description of actual mental health cases. Okay? And your task is to diagnose the specific mental health problem according to the diagnostic criteria in DSM-5. So you need to be accurate of the diagnosis, and you need to be able to present it properly and present it well, and you need to justify the diagnosis. Bakit kayo nakarating din sa diagnosis na yun? These are the primary keys for grading. So the case vignette will be given on October 26th, starting on October 26th. Learning memo will be required from you week by week dahil um, bibigyan kayo ng reading every week. And then, you should have a learning memo. Tignan nyo ha, medyo ano to, kasi nga we are expecting na merong mga trouble yung iba. Submission is actually anytime during the semester, but it should not be later than December 7. Bakit kaya December 7? Kasi bibigyan din kami ng oras para mag-compute ng grade, magbasa at mag-compute ng grade. So if you would like to have feedback coming from me doon sa mga sinusulat ninyo na learning memo, pwede kayong mag-submit ng mas maaga sa December 7. Kasi kapag dinagsak, one time, big time ninyo na binigay sa akin yan ng December 7, I would be like reading 12 learning memo from 50 plus, from 40 plus students per section. And that would be around 225 times 12, which would be very, very taxing on my part. Okay? So, baka hindi ako makapag-comment, degradean ko lang siya. But then if you would like to have feedback, just give me the learning memo ahead of time. So quizzes will be as scheduled, and there will be six quizzes for the entire semester. And they will consist of short answer. Ang short answer ay yung mga fill in the blank, ganon. Multiple choice, and ang topic, nilagay lang nila dito. It covers the topics that were discussed. Pero if you have been in my class before, ang ginagawa ko actually, topic na i-discuss pa lang ay nailalagay ko na sa ating quizzes para sure tayo na nagbasa kayo. Okay? Kasi kailangan natin na magbabasa muna kayo. Okay. So these are timed and only one attempt will be allowed per student. Again, if there will be issues, we are going to talk about that also. So there will be different type of tests. Okay na yan. Pero since nakafocus tayo sa board exam at kung paano kayo ma-practice sa board exam, actually, hindi ko na nire-recommend itong short answer. Nagmo-multiple choice tayo. Okay. So there will be 5 discussion forums that will be available for the entire semester, and you can actually comment or put your thoughts on that particular forum discussion the whole semester. At yun ay magiging bahagi ng grading din sa inyo. It will be open every 2 weeks at Google Classroom, and you may participate in the forum at your most convenient time after it is available on the site until December 7. Any other comments that will be posted after December 7 will not be graded anymore. So there will be available discussion forum questions on weeks 3, 5, 8, 10, and 13. These will be our references, including the DSM-5. Do we have questions?
None so far po, sir.
None po, sir.
Wala po.
Sir.
Comments in general.
Sir, may tanong po ako.
Okay, go ahead.
Dito na po ba tayo mag-i-stick sa platform na to?
That is actually one of the issues that we need to talk about. And kasi ready ako na mag-adjust. itong Discord, actually, inaral ko lang siya like, well, alam naman ito ng mga iba sa inyo na sobrang busy namin sa enrollment. At wala akong panahon na mag-aral ng Moodle, yung mga ganun. And then, merong nagsabi that Discord is actually okay. So, inaral ko ito, nagpaturo ako kay Lumbaw, kay Way, kung paano siya gamitin. At ayun, nagkaroon kami ng tutorial session like one night. And medyo na ano ko na siya, naintindihan ko na siya. However, if you would prefer other modes or other platforms in the future, walang problema sa akin. Kasi I can do Zoom, pero definitely ayaw natin ng Zoom kasi ang taas ng data consumption. I can do Google Meet kasi na-try ko na rin siya. Nag-practice kami nila Ma'am Kat at nila Ma'am Joanne the other night. And nakita ko kung paano siya gamitin. So, I can also do that. I'm learning my way in Microsoft Teams. Pero yung Microsoft Teams, ginagamit namin siya sa FEU. But then I'm using that as a student and that as a teacher. So, I'm still finding my way on using it as a teacher. So, that would be sa inyo ko babalik yon. Gusto niyo ba na mag-stay sa Discord or kung gusto niyo na hanap tayo ng ibang platform?
Okay lang naman po, sir, kahit po Discord.
Yes,
Mhm.
sir. Mas konti po yung data consumption niya kaysa sa Google Meet and Zoom po.
Yeah. Actually, I'm reading on that at ang nakita ko ay comparable yung data consumption ni Discord kay Microsoft Teams. At ang trouble lang natin ngayon, the university is actually discouraging the use of Discord. Kasi meron siyang, sabi nila, merong mga may troublesome content or something like that. We are going to settle that in the future, but then susunod ako sa kung ano ang mabuti para sa inyo. I mean, kung ano yung sa makakapag-deliver ako ng lecture the best way that we can. And hoping na sana ay kayo ay nakafocus dito sa klase natin kapag tayo ay merong online session. We are only being asked na magkaroon ng online session once a week for every subject that we are handling. Yun lang yung yun lang yung synchronous namin once a week. Tapos, dito sa subject na to, hindi pa namin nire-require yung attendance ninyo actually sa synchronous activity dito sa subject. Pero we are hoping na whatever may be, kung ano man yung mga bagay na pumipigil sa inyo na mag-take ng synchronous classes, sana ay makahabol kayo pagdating doon sa mga asynchronous classes. Kasi dito, kung ano man ang pag-uusapan natin sa synchronous classes, ay parang gagawin nyo lang din doon sa asynchronous pero with very minimal na guidance from us. Na-get nyo ba yung idea nun?
Yes, sir.
Yes po.
Yes
Yes
po,
po,
sir.
Sige. Huwag kayong matakot na magbigay sa akin ng mga negative na mga comments, ha? Hindi ako yung I'm not the kind of professor na ma-offend na parang o kung ano man. Kasi ang gusto ko laging nakikinig ako doon sa concern at titingnan natin paano natin mabibigyan ng solusyon yung concern nila. Of course, magbibigay lang ako ng disclaimer, hindi ako superhero, hindi ko masusolusyonan lahat ng mga problema natin kasi baka ako naman ang magkaroon ng mental breakdown in the future. So, I don't want that to happen kasi baka bigla ko kayong maibagsak lahat ng kung ano man. Pero, well, you get the idea. Okay? Kung ano man yung mga troubles, whether gaano siya ka-negative, even if it pertains to me, just let me know directly. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, saan na tayo? Ay, mali. Dito. Okay? Now, nilagay na namin dito yung grading policy. Very, very flexible actually ang grading. 30-70. 30 would be yung mga parang pinaka-major na niya. Major requirements, which is dahil nakasentro tayo sa diagnosis, so definitely quick diagnosis and then major exam. Tapos yung iba, learning memo, and then the forum participation and the quizzes. Itong quizzes, by the way guys, kapag kayo ay naghingi ng sinabi ninyo na marami sa klase, for example, ang nagsabi na, sir, nagkakaroon na kami ng trouble sa internet connection, hindi ko kaya na makuha yan at this particular time, hindi ko kaya magawa yan. Kapag dumadami yung nakikiusap na gano'n, alam niyo kung anong nangyayari. Definitely, ibig sabihin nagkakaroon kayo either ng baka you are nagkakaroon kayo ng time para maka-review ng mas maigi at tumataas yung chances ng inyong pagpasa against the rest. So, ang ginagawa natin dito, may adjust natin sa which is bababaan natin yung hatak niya doon sa grade. Ang hindi natin mabababaan would be your learning memo. Kasi itong learning memo ninyo, if you have been a student of Professor Marasigan in the past, para itong yung metacognitive report. Okay? Ano yung metacognitive report? These are the things that I discovered based on what I read. These are the things that na malabo pa sa akin based on what I read. These are the things that I would like to focus on based on what I read. And these are the things that I would like to discuss based on what I read. Nakukuha niyo ba yung regarding sa metacognitive report? Basically, what you learn on your own as an independent learner. Kaya, ini-encourage ko kayo kanina na although December 7 yung deadline natin ng learning memo, na hopefully ay at least makapagpasa kayo ng ahead of time. Is that clear?
Yes po.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Okay.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po,
Okay.
sir.
Ganito kasi yun ha. Walang pressure doon. Ang sinasabi ko dito, para kung gusto ninyo ng feedback, kapag mas maaga ninyong naibigay, definitely makakapagbigay ako ng feedback. Kapag dumating siya doon sa dulong-dulo, mahihirapan ako na magbigay ng feedback. Kaya yun lang naman yun. So, the more feedback that you get, well, the more chances of winning or the more chances of learning. Okay, so ganun yung ating feedback. So discussion forum, sabi natin, open siya until December 7 din. So it's practically the same with the learning memo. Dito kayo, ang discussion forum na ito actually palitan yan ng not opinion, palitan ng mga information, verified information. So hindi kayo pwedeng mag-post doon na sinasabi niyo, kasi po yung kapitbahay namin, naobserbahan ko ganito, ganyan, blah, blah, blah. Hindi yun verified information. Maliwanag ba? It should be something that came from a specific study that is validated. Is that clear?
Yes po.
Okay.
Yes
So there.
po.
Sir,
No?
may question po ako.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir,
Sino yung
regarding po sa
nagtatanong?
learning memos,
Mm-hmm.
for instances po, para po mas masabi po namin ng mas maayos yung gusto namin sabihin, pwede po ba kami mag-Taglish kahit kaunti po? Mag-Taglish po.
As much as necessary, ang abnormal psychology kasi ay nakasentro at ang kanyang perspective ay naroon sa English na language. Very hindi pa ganun ka-advanced yung ating theoretical background and even our vocabulary pagdating sa abnormal psychology. However, titignan natin yon. Meron naman tayong pinaka-lente or pinaka-rubrics dito para pag-check doon sa inyong thought. Kapag kapasok yung inyong thought, whether that would be in Filipino or in English, walang problema. Pero, I prefer na makapagsulat kayo in English.
Thank you po.
Okay, so there. So ito yung responsibility ninyo as a student, the completion of your reading memo, reading assignment, learning memo, and the participation in the forum discussion and submission of the case analysis, and also participation in the webinar and the major examinations and cases. Your academic honesty, sa mga panahon ngayon, ito ay very important. You need to be responsible about your integrity pagdating sa pag-aaral. Okay? Napakadali ang mag-cheat ngayon. Napakadali ang mag-hack kapag kayo ay marunong sa computer. Okay? Like for example, we can up a particular test in Google Classroom. If you're very good at it, you can actually hack the. I'm not suggesting it. You could actually hack the answers or something like that. But then I would like you to exercise integrity. Yun yung kailangan natin. And that would be one of the very best na quality ng isang psychologist in the future. And I would like you to start exercising that right now. Okay? So, you need to not engage in cheating, in plagiarism, whether yung kinokopya ninyo ay sa kaklase ninyo or gawa ng ibang tao. And do not steal or manipulate or interfere with an academic work of another student or faculty member. So, hindi natin pwede na gawin na, ay teka, baka nag-check ng attendance si sir, ilalagin ko na lang yung classmate ko para makita na nakalagin yung classmate ko. Please don't do that. Wala na tayo doon sa panahon ng face-to-face na kahit na wala yung classmate niyo, meron siyang pirma doon sa attendance. Okay? This would be somehow, tayo dito? We need to practice integrity. Maliwanag ba? And as a matter of principle, I'm not going to check attendance actually. Ito ay output-based na klase natin starting this time. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes po,
Yes
sir.
po, sir.
Thank you. So basahin yung maigi to ha, itong part na to. Ayan. And then, ito yung ating case analysis. Ito yung, I think may nagtanong last time at ang sagot ko, sabi ko, sorry ha, wait lang. Magmuminggat ako. Okay, ayan. May nagtanong yata last time, sabi, paano, mabibigyan ba kami ng sample ng case analysis? Actually, wag na tayo humingi ng sample. It's already here. The description is already here. Kasi alam nyo, kapag binigyan tayo ng sample, yung creativity ninyo, yung imagination ninyo will be limited by that particular sample. At least dito, meron siyang information, and then you would exercise your best judgment kung paano ninyo masatisfy itong mga standards na ibinigay dito. Like in the identifying and background information, ano kaya yung pwedeng isulat natin dito based on your understanding? Kasi sabi niya, so the identifying and background information, this is the what you would include here are factors like age, gender, work, healthy status, family, mental health history, blah, 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 blah. Now, how am I going to present this? Okay? Ang sagot ay nandoon sa ilalim. Ang sabi niya, in paragraph form. Gets nyo? So, kapag merong nag-bullet dito, mali na yon. Kasi nakalagay sa dito in paragraph form. Ibig sabihin, you need to describe the patient. Okay, and then the presenting problem, it is the description of the physical, emotional, or sensory symptoms. Okay, focus on that. Ano dito? It is identifying factors. Dito, symptoms. Okay? Do you get that? Now, the diagnosis. Based on the symptoms presented, ano ang inyong diagnostic impression? It pertains to the possible disorder the client has based on the analysis. Saan natin kukunin ito? Doon sa DSM-5. May mga pagkakataon na makakakita kayo ng mukhang conflicting na mga information. Ay, akala natin, convinced na tayo na it is PTSD or post-traumatic stress disorder. But then you miss a particular symptom. You miss a particular symptom. What would happen? Ay, hindi pala sa PTSD. It's just generalized anxiety disorder. Do you get that? So, you may get this well, pero magkakamali kayo dito, it is minus points pa rin. However, sa particular guidance, bibigyan namin kayo ng pinaka, ano bang ibig ko sabihin? Para makita ninyo yung kung kayo ba ay tumatama doon sa kailangan gawin, at least makapag-submit kayo on time, mabibigay natin ng feedback ang inyong mga papers. Clear?
Yes,
Well, I
sir.
hope that.
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes
So
po,
thank
sir.
you. And in the diagnosis, well, ito na mga justification na to, which is the part on how you justify it. Bakit sa PTSD? Kasi ganito. Okay? Ang mangyayari dyan, parang i-rephrase nilang ito. This particular symptom actually fits the criteria of blah 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 blah. Okay, that's actually how you do that. Sabi ko lang sample, nagbigay ako ng sample. Anyway. Ayan. So, recommendation, ito ay hindi ko masyadong pagtutuunan ng pansin, pero I hope that some of you will actually include them. Okay? I mean, you would include information here. Kasi itong recommendation na to, papunta na tayo doon sa introduction to clinical psychology, which is treatment. Okay? Ang ating focus dito sa abnormal psychology is actually assessment and diagnosis. Ayan. Ito yung assessment part, ito yung diagnosis part, and ito yung intervention part. Okay. So, in brief summary, this is it. You would make sure na include nyo pa rin yung vignette natin. Ibig sabihin kung ano yung binigay namin na case sa inyo. And then, if paragraph form is being asked, is paragraph. If bullet is being asked, is bullet. Okay? And then, diagnostic reference, follow the format of DSM-5. Diagnostic reference, I think, where do I get that? Baka meron akong ano dito. There's may DSM. Huwag nyo na lang sabihin na meron akong copy. Meron naman ng 8 sa kanila na lang kayo humingi. Kung meron kayo mga iPad, actually pwedeng bumili ng ganito. Ang gagawin nyo para lang siyang database. Masarap siyang gamitin. No, pwede ko search borderline. Siyempre ay hindi niya na-search. Okay. Stop. Ayan. Reference is actually, what do I mean by that here? yung mga number na to. Ayan. Ito yung reference niya pagdating sa DSM-5 at ito naman yung International Classification of Diseases, which is the ICD. Ayan yung pagkakaiba nila. Brief background lang muna to, pero in the future, ipapaliwanag ko siya na mas maigi. Kaya sila merong mga numbers na ganyan. Ibig sabihin, ito yung DSM-5 classification, ito naman yung International Classification of Diseases na classification. Okay? So yan yung ating tinatawag na diagnostic reference. That is the format of the DSM-5. Okay? Now, here are the rubrics. The rubrics would be this. For the case analysis, just be guided with this rubric. Ibig sabihin, yung case presentation na to is actually this part. Itong part na to na dalawa. How do you present it? Yung accuracy of diagnosis, ito yan, diagnostic impression. Yung justification is actually this part, dalawang yan. So, titignan natin ano yung minimum lang yung grade or point, ano yung maayos yung point. Okay? So, ano sinasabi niya? Dito, misidentified. Dito, comprehensive. So, pagka sinabi natin na comprehensive, hindi natin sinasabi na parang tatlong napakahabang nobela. Actually, ako gusto ko sa pagsusulat is concise, pero nandun na lahat. It is comprehensive and concise at the same time. Okay? So, I think nabasa niyo naman na yung part na yan din. And learning memo, ito rin yung rubric natin. Okay. Ang mangyayari in the future, mabibigyan lang kayo ng points, makaka-receive kayo ng mga information. Ilan yung points niyo para sa case diagnosis number 1, para sa number 2, and then number 3 na nakalagay yung mga doon sa CC niya, sa AB, and then the J. Okay? And also in your learning memo, like on the content, the thought, organization. Maayos nga yung mga sulat, maayos nga yung mga laman, pero hindi naman siya organized. Like for example, hindi nag-build up yung mga ideas, well, definitely ay medyo mababa yung grade. So, you need to have a logical order of classification of thought. Dito naman sa content, clear and well-focused. Okay? Creativity, on the other hand, fluency and articulation. Okay? Ibig sabihin, marunong kayang ipahayag yung kanilang naiisip. So, fluency and articulation. And we are on the last. This is actually the discussion forum, which is yung mga hugot natin, wag na natin ilagay sa discussion forum. I think masyado nang marami kayong mga GC for that. Doon na lang kayo humugot. At nakikita ko rin yung mga ibang hugot niyo sa Twitter. Wag kayong mag-alala. So, doon na lang natin siya ilagay. Pero kapag kayong yung nag-uusap tayo and we are like in some sort of an academic counseling session, okay lang sa atin itong mga to. Pero for the particular subject and discussion forum, wag na natin ilagay. So, what do we need from you? You need to be critical. You need to be able to communicate well, and you need to be able to demonstrate knowledge of what we are talking about, and there should be etiquette in dialogue with peers. Yung toxicity ng social media ay iwan natin sa social media at ang ilagay natin ay yung ang gamitin natin ay yung ating yung ating ethical standards as a professional. So ngayon pa lang i-practice na natin yung mga iyon. Okay? Concern?
Sir, rinig po ba ako?
Yes,
Question lang.
dinig ka naman.
Question lang sir about dun sa mga case studies na ibibigay niyo sa amin sir. Parang
Mhm.
actual cases po ba talaga yun ng real people in real life sir? Ganun po ba yun?
Yeah. For the sake of this discussion, I would say yes.
Ay po sir. Thank you po.
So, meron siyang isang specific na diagnosis. Kapag ka nagkamali kayo doon sa diagnosis, definitely minus points na agad yan. Anyone else? Meron pa ba tayong concern? Mhm. Okay.
Ay,
Kung
ay,
wala,
sorry.
yes. Yes, please. Sino yan?
Ay, sorry sir, i-clear ko lang po yung sa diagnostic reference po is yung nasa DSM-5 po yung sa may right side po ng international na nakalagay po dito sir is yung in a paragraph form po.
Mhm.
Paano po namin ano ko lang po is paano po yung paragraph form po yung sa may yung number lang po.
Actually, description, the number and the description of the disease.
Okay po.
Make sure that you include the number kasi mas madali siyang hanapin. Parang yun yung pinaka-index niya. And then after that, the description of the disease.
Okay po sir. Salamat po.
Okay. Anyone else?
Sir, isa pa po palang tanong sir about sa mga case studies sir. May times po ba sir na magbibigay kayo ng case studies na may multiple disorders po yung isang tao?
Wait lang ha. Ipakita ko ulit.
Okay po.
Sir, nakamute po ata kayo.
Yeah. Daldal pa naman ako ng daldal. Eto na. So, like for example, the suspicious disorder. Makikita ninyo kung ano yung kanyang pinaka-description. I mean the symptoms. And the description of that is actually it's at the bottom. Ayan. Titignan ninyo, ayan, ang diagnostic features. Kita nyo na agad. Pero, titignan nyo yung bahagi na tinatawag niya na differential diagnosis. Ayan. Kasi baka bigla kayong malito. Kagaya yung nagtanong, pwede bang dalawa yung problem niya? Actually, isa lang, sa totoo lang. Pero maaaring magkaroon ng differential diagnosis, which would be kapag nakahanap kayo ng dead end doon sa particular na diagnosis na yon, ano kaya ang pwede natin puntahan? Okay? Ito yan. Pero alam nyo, ang sinasabi ng mga ibang professor, huwag na muna natin puntahan itong differential diagnosis pang graduate school yan, blah, blah, blah. Pero, well, dead man na rin. Kung gusto na ninyong puntahan ito, wala akong problema. Kasi kung gusto ninyong para pagka nag-take na kayo ng graduate school in the future, at least ready kayo pagdating sa pagbabasa nito. Tingnan ninyo, ang sinasabi niya, it's actually factitious disorder siya, pero kapag meron kayong nakitaan na dead end, for example, ang sabi niya dito, factitious disorder imposed of the self on the self should at least meet this particular criteria. And this is specification or specifiers. Pero, paano kung ang nangyari, meron siya nitong tatlo, wala siya noon. Tapos sabi niyo, ay nako, ano na kaya ang magiging ano ko ngayon? Anong magiging diagnosis? Alam niyo kung saan niyo siya pupuntahan? Punta kayo doon sa differential diagnosis. Nagkaroon na agad tayo ng discussion. Nasa, ayan, titignan niyo. Sabi niya, magbibigay siya ng clue. Sabi niya, it could be a somatic symptom disorder. It could be malingering. It could be conversion disorder. Ngayon, anong gagawin niyo? Hahanapin niyo ngayon ito kay DSM-5 ulit. Or hahanapin niyo ulit ito kay DSM-5. Nagigets niyo ba? Until you are
Yes,
able to
sir.
find the specific diagnosis for that problem. Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes
Mhm.
po.
So, ang challenge sa inyo ngayon ay pagkahanap ninyo ng disorder, baka mabasa ninyo si buong DSM-5. Okay na ba? We have 10 minutes. Sabi ko 45 minutes lang. I have a class in FEU kasi ng 6. Anyway. Oh, by the way, eto na lang, announcement ko ha. Ang ating synchronous class, huwag natin siyang i-schedule ng Friday because I have a 6 p.m. class in FEU. Tulong na lang sa atin dyan. Although, available ako for chat dito kung mananatili tayo dito sa Discord, available ako for chat on the time of our class. And, kung mga friend ko kayo sa Messenger or sa Facebook at makapag-chat kayo and my time is free, then I will be able to coach you on what you can do. Ganun na lang yung arrangement natin. Okay na ba tayo?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes, may question.
request na sir, baka pwede sir magpa-sample po kayo ng kahit isang. Hindi naman ako sasagutan sir, para lang sana ma-grasp namin sir kung ano yung ina-expect namin makita sir sa isang case na ibibigay po.
Sample na case na ibibigay sa inyo.
Opo sir.
Sige, pag-iisipan ko. Pag-iisipan talaga, no? I'm not saying yes. Pag-iisipan ko muna. Okay.
Ay, thank you po.
Alright. Clear ba yung aking dating? Hindi ba siya nag-copy or something like that?
Sir, actually, yung kanina po, nung nasabi niyo na may challenge, kung ano yung magiging challenge namin, naputol po, hindi ko po.
Ayun. Anyway. Pagka may mga ganong pagkakataon, baka kasi ang problem it could be on my end or on your end. Kung sakali ay inform me para kung hindi naman siya sa atin, like narinig siya ng ibang classmates natin, yung ibang classmates natin, they should be able to step up and assist the class para tulungan tayo lahat dito.
Okay po, sir. Thank you po.
Alright, and by the way disclaimer ko ulit, kasi nandito ako sa Tarlac at ang tunog talaga dito ay tunog probinsya. So, ayan, naririnig niyo yung mga mga aso. Kanina na doon ako sa labas, ang mga naririnig nila yung mga kalapati, ganyan, mga ibon. So, ayun, disclaimer ko na lang yan, ano. So, if you have some questions, the discussion thread, the discussion text channel is open, and I will check that from time to time. Siguro pwede akong mag-open ng isang discussion channel na para sa lahat ng mga abnormal psychology class members na lang din, para at least maiwan natin din yung ating mga tanong. And that would be the only channel that I would be checking from time to time. Is that clear?
Yes po, sir.
Yes,
Alright. Sige.
Yes po, sir.
Ano yun? Ano sabi niya? Suggestion or yes?
Yes po. Yes po yun.
Okay, sige. Okay, now, I really need to go kasi I have a 6 p.m. class. Kailangan ko rin magpakadalubhasa pa minsan. Sige, thank you for joining us in this class, and I'll see you next week.
Thank you po.
Thank you, sir. Thank you po. Thank you po, sir.
By the way, do not forget yung class monitor, please yung class monitor, paki-determine nyo and then inform me kung sino man.
Si ano po? Si Joanna po.
Sige. Sige, okay. Joanna, na
Yes
lang
po,
din,
sir.
paki-police yung ibang mga block, paki-sabihan na rin kasi baka hindi nila nabasa yung announcement ko kanina.
Okay, sir. Sige po.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you po, sir.
Alright.
Thank you po, sir.
Sige,
Thank you,
bye.
Thank you po, sir. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Bye
Thank
po.
you, sir.